All right, what's going on, everybody? So I want to give you guys a quick encouraging word. Yesterday, I was driving home. It was a little past 8:30, and as I was looking out, I realized, man, the sun is still up. And here in Chicago, we have obviously seasons, and in the summer season, there is just more sunlight, and it goes up, or the sun comes up early, and then it goes down late, and then of course in the winter it goes up. The daylight shortens, right? And so I was looking at it and realized that we are literally at the peak. And so what I mean is that in these 2 weeks, we are at the latest that we will ever have sundown. And so after that, it just kind of trickles down. And so the rest of July and August, it will just start getting shorter and shorter. So each day is like a minute or something like that. And as I was driving and realizing, man, I'm taking the opportunity right now to enjoy the sun. I'm taking the opportunity right now so that I don't have to respond in a way where I need to turn on my headlights. I don't have to go out and worry about the darkness and many other things, right? And so what you got to realize in life is that oftentimes God, He changes the seasons. And in the seasons of life that we have, a lot of us, we complain and we look at it and we think, man, there was a causation. I thought there was an input and an output. I thought that when I sow something, I would get something. But what you got to realize is that sometimes in the seasons of life, whether it's a ministry, whether it's finances, whether it's people, whether it's information, whether it's, having peace versus chaos, whether it's having a lot of activity or less activity, whatever it is, you got to realize that God is sovereign over all those things. And He allows in those seasons of life to have more, to have less, and to have you respond appropriately. And so that's the key thing that I want to share with you guys, that when you do have a certain season, you have to be able to respond appropriately. And when I go out there and when I have a certain plethora of sunlight, when I have a certain plethora of a ministry, when I have a certain plethora of something, then when you go out there, you're not going to have your headlights, off during, the nighttime. You're not going to have your headlights on when the sunlight is out. And so in those moments, what you got to be able to realize is that as you see it in your life, it may not be a causation. A lot of us are, complaining. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. We're thinking, oh, it's our fault. It's something that I got to fix. Why is it that my, ministry or my finances, my opportunities, my open doors, why are they not increasing? And so you have to realize that God, He dictates all those things. And so in a certain season, you look at it and you think, man, the causation of that is X, Y, Z. But I'm here to tell you something. God, He will dictate all those things. And in due time, as the seasons change, those things will also change. So you may have more time, you may have more peace, you may have more opportunity, you may have more money to do something, you may have more listeners, you may have a bigger church, you may have a bigger whatever that is, right? And so a lot of us right now in this season, we're looking at whatever God is doing in our life. We're complaining. We're kind of hopeless. We're kind of bummed out. But I'm here to tell you something. God, He'll dictate in the right time. And sometimes even as you're praying, even as you're asking for certain things, it's just that it's in the wrong season. Right now, I'm not going to complain that the sun is out by 8:30. In the winter, I'm not gonna ask the Lord, hey, can you extend the sun till 8:30? Because in that season, it is what it is. And so for all of us trying to figure out the world, trying to figure out, what God's doing in our life, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. You don't have to look around and say, oh man, like maybe I got something wrong. Maybe I'm doing the wrong. I mean, it could be that sometimes in certain situations, right? But then a lot of times what you got to realize is that these opportunities, these seasons, these times, it's not dictated by you. And you don't have to fret over it. You don't have to complain. You don't have to change, your prayer topics and how you ask the Lord for certain things. It's just that you have to deal with it. And so many times for all of us, it's how we respond in that season. Are we going to give Him worship first and foremost? Are we going to give Him all the glory? And as we do certain things, we adjust, right? When you get more money, you don't just let the money sit there. When you get more people in your church, you're not going to just ignore half the people that came through the door, When you get stewarded more talents, more skills, more things, you're going to be a good steward of that. As much as I wanted to make use of the daylight, as much as I wanted to go out there and enjoy, the 8:30 sundown, I want to do the same in my life and all these opportunities. So I just want to encourage some of you guys. Love you guys. Be blessed. Be encouraged. Talk to you guys soon.